Arkansas takes it all in the SEC tournament. They are the greatest in this tournament. Arkansas just proved a lot of people wrong. And, man, it's a really good feeling. Hey, everybody, welcome. It is the Tuss Talk with Ty postgame live show. I appreciate you for being here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We still got more action. Isn't that crazy? After all this drama, after all the craziness of this SEC tournament, after this incredible victory, okay, you still got the selection show. We're going to find out whether or not Arkansas stays at the 5 or if they get bumped up to a 4. Some of you might think they end up higher. I'll just say I think they end up probably a 4 seed, but this is absolutely huge. Second ever SEC tournament champions. Second time ever. And I know we have to wait to have the discussion in terms of where does this team rank among every Razorback basketball team in not just the 21st century, but the 20th century as well. How incredible was this run for Arkansas? Now, you can argue, and I know we're going to hear it from Kentucky fans and we're going to hear it from others that, oh, well, you had an easy path. Let's not forget how easily Vanderbilt took care of business in their previous game. Arkansas in their last game they went into a dogfight. It was a dogfight, man. It was a dogfight. Overtime. Already with just a 7-man rotation. In my opinion, the odds are kind of stacked against you here. You're in Nashville. Where does Vanderbilt play basketball again? Oh, yeah. You're in their backyard. People that were there were saying it was 60, 70% black and gold jerseys and gold, the shirts and the hats. To the red and white. You were up against it, man, and Arkansas found a way. You guys need to celebrate. This is awesome. Be happy. War Machine was talking in our Discord, sharing some stuff, some of the comments about talking about like how underwhelming this would be just winning this tournament. What the hell are you on that you can't be excited for this? Like, bro, you really, really might need to look into some therapy. If you can't be excited about this team, man, I mean, it just goes to show you Cal still has it. Cal still has it, man. And Kentucky fans have been wrong all along. No matter what happens in the NCAA tournament, he just won an SEC tournament championship in his second year while also producing maybe the best player in college basketball. I mean, he's done this all in just 2 years, when you combine that Sweet 16 run. Hey, welcome, everybody. Make sure as you're piling in here, you like, share, you hit the subscribe button. I see you, Mac and Brim. I appreciate you guys, man. The sharing really is caring, and I do appreciate it. Absolutely. You've got to be on cloud 9 right now if you're a Razorback fan, right? Like, this was just absolutely incredible. We got some super chats piling in here. Let's read them. Golly, I feel like we just got done talking like 2 hours ago. I mean, it's just been one show after another this weekend, and I love it. Kelly Williams says, "Go Hogs! Congrats to Coach Cal and the team." Woo Pig Suey TS4426 says, "We are the champions, my friend." I love the Queen. I love the Queen reference there. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Give TB that chain, bro. Says Murdoch 9473. That's right. This is the only post-game show for Arkansas. For anyone that covers the Razorbacks, this is the only post-game show that has the gold chain. Anything else is it's not the original. It's not the original. We do got to give out this gold chain here in just a minute. I'm excited about this one because, I mean, you do look at the stat sheet, and it's pretty, listen, Auff went off for 30 points. He did have another turnover-heavy game. It wasn't 5. He's had 9 turnovers in the last 2 games. But he still played outstanding. He still was outstanding. I mean, those threes, it just seemed so effortless by him, Auff is him. And I know I'm not allowed. Like last night, I kind of criticized Billy Richmond, and I had someone in my post-live comments telling me that, I don't know ball and all that because I was going on about Richmond. Richmond didn't play good last night. I don't care. I mean, you got to take off your hog goggles, and I think some people struggled. Today was the opposite. Billy Richmond was fantastic. This is what can happen. Now, is the score a reflection of how this game went with this 11-point? I think the game got out from underneath Vanderbilt. This was a really good game. These are two teams that can legitimately, like they said on the broadcast, at their best, these are two teams that can absolutely advance. They could go pretty far in the tournament. I would say I would lean more so towards Arkansas. I think Arkansas's got the better roster, more talent. The guards are incredible. When you get the I listed Pringle. Yeah, he didn't do much from the scoring end. But and I did point out in Discord, there's been several times throughout this tournament where he's getting pushed out of the lane. He's not playing in his space well, and he's not as physical as you'd like him to be, and he's going to get boxed out, and he's going to get pushed out of the lane, which is going to allow an easy 2 feet in front of the rim or a layup or a dunk because he keeps getting pushed out. But despite that, and the no points, and the 0 for 2 at the free throw line, he still ended up with 6 points and an assist with a steal and 2 blocks. I want some more production offensively for him, and I get that that's not his identity, but I would like a little more there. But I'm loving this the no turnover, 6 boards, 2 blocks, steal with the assist. He didn't have any offensive boards today. Ewan had 2. Arkansas with just 5 offensive boards. That's what's interesting about this, right? Like, one of the things we thought they needed to do well throughout this tournament, they finally kind of shit the bed on the offensive rebounding side of things. You do still end up winning the rebound battle, but only 5 offensive boards? Like, that's Arkansas at their worst, and they still win this game by 11. This score is not a reflection of this game. This felt more like a 75-77 kind of game. You got to give it to Arkansas, though, in those final few possessions. I mean, they just took – you got to give – as much as the game, was taken from Vanderbilt, Arkansas just – like, they just imposed their will in the final 7 or 8 possessions on most of those on both ends of the floor. They showed you just what they're capable of. But the game up until that point in the second half was really back and forth. I think we had something like 12 or 13 lead changes. Arkansas, of course, would have the largest lead of the game, which is 11 points, the 86-75 finale that we got here. If you guys are just piling in, are we getting more super chats? Holy cow. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading this all. Kelly, I got that one. Okay. Was 13 when Dean... Oh, I was 13 when Dean and Co. last won it. Tears of joy. Sean Sanders says, if the Hogs are not a 4 seed, we riot. I agree. At minimum, they should be a 4 seed. I don't know how they're not. How the hell are you not a 4 seed now? Like, and this is what has pissed me off all year with Texas Tech and most of the year, like Tennessee being ahead of Arkansas in the net, Vanderbilt being ahead of Arkansas in the net, Texas Tech. And then you've got these bracketologists and Lenardi who just will not put Vanderbilt behind Arkansas. Now your hand has got to be forced. Your hand has to be forced. Vanderbilt is a good team, but they're not a 4 seed. I don't look at them and see a 4 seed. I just don't. I realize what they did to Florida, and I wonder what the hell was up with Florida in this tournament in the 2 games they played in. But listen, all respect to Vanderbilt. They're not better than Arkansas, and they don't deserve to be in front of you. Brady, shout out to Brady. He's a ball knower. I like Brady a lot. He's a legendary status member. He's a longtime Patreon supporter and Tuss Talk viewer. But he said they had a better resume than Arkansas. I mean, who was there? And I get that at times in SEC play, they may have looked a little bit better than Arkansas. And then when you look at those team wins and look at their non-con opponents, who's their biggest non-con dub? At UCF, who ended up being, slightly above average? No, Arkansas has the better resume, in my opinion, and they should pass up Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt maybe should be a 5 or 6 seed, if you want my honest opinion. They'll end up probably, hell, they might, I don't know what they do. God only knows. We got more super chats coming in. Kyle, with the super chat, says, let's go. Woo, pig damn Suey. Love you, Ty. Best way for TB to go out. Can't wait to get a hat and maybe a shirt. Oh, man. Kyle, appreciate the super chat, buddy. Acuff could score at any time he wants. I couldn't agree more. Acuff is just he is a scoring machine. He's every time you pull the machine in Vegas, you know, or you're playing the slots, every time you pull it, you're winning, man. Every time this dude, I say that, yeah, he had some misses, but he's just so fun to watch. As much as they tried to push Nickel and Tanner and Miles, as much as they wanted to push those guys, I get it. I'm sure that's a note from the SEC front office, like, hey, we get it. Auff is the GOAT. We're going to push him, but no, we also need to balance this out because we got this other team in Vanderbilt, so we need you to push these guys. It felt so forced. Like, Auff's over here dropping these ridiculous these corner pocket threes while he's like falling. You know, it's like he's on the edge. He's just letting it go and he's scoring at will. But no, let's talk about Duke Miles. Like, okay, cool. He was great. He shot 50%. He had 19 points. Cool. Auff, meanwhile, is going off. Yeah, he was 9 of 20. That's still not terrible, and that's what he's asked to do. You know, it's not like Tanner didn't shoot the ball 15 times, and he was 3 of 15. Now, to be fair, they were pushing Miles a hell of a lot more. And Nickel. Nickel's good, dude. Nickel is so good. You can't let that guy get hot. If you do, he goes 5 of 7, which is exactly what he did from three-point land. Nickel's good, man. Vanderbilt is good. But let's not sit here and act like Vanderbilt. They just got swept by the Razorbacks. That's another team the Razorbacks have swept this year. Listen, you got to balance it out as a broadcast. You can't seem overly biased to one team or another. But how many times have you seen that, even if it's Arkansas playing or someone else, where they're just so up the other team's ass, you know? Driving me crazy. Let's talk about Auff some more. This is the best player in the SEC, and I don't even think it's close. I think this is the best player in college basketball. It might be close, but that's the GOAT right there. Auff is the GOAT. Everyone agrees everywhere. Give him the award. He's the best player in college basketball this year. Put some respect on Auff. Yeah, they glazed him a little bit. Not enough, in my opinion. Need to celebrate guys like this. And that comes from Bilas and those guys as well at ESPN. Put some respect on Auff's name, son. This dude just went off. 30 points, 5 of 8 outside, 7 of 8 at the line, 3 boards, 11 assists. Are you kidding me with this double-double? Are you kidding me? No. This dude does not take nights off, period. Let's hope he can keep that going in the NCAA tournament. And it doesn't seem to matter if you want to double him. You sure as hell can't play ISO ball on him. You can't go one-on-one with Auff. Good luck. You can game plan all you want. It just doesn't seem to matter. Put some respect on that man's name. 7-man rotation. Played the later game. Played the overtime game and still managed to win and win pretty big. Congrats. Let's hand out this gold chain. As much as we want to give it to Auff, who do you guys think this thing should go to? And for anyone who hasn't been in here for a gold chain, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button and hit that all button, okay? I'm on fire right now. I'm on fire because the Hogs are on fire. This is the Tuss Talk with Ty, direct service overhead, post-game gold chain. We got to hand it out to somebody. It is really difficult because of Brazil's performance in the final minutes of this game. Holy God, where do I put this thing? Good Lord. I mean, it's heavy and it's the real deal. Okay? God. Who does it go to? We're getting a lot of Brazil chatter. We got William Wigington, 37-7, says Coach Cal. Well, you can make an argument for Coach Cal. You can. Coach Cal gets the chain, says Justin Williams. I'm telling you, you can make an argument for Cal. You really can. Leak Auff says TMFB, Brazil bro from Scott Swindle. Iron Prue says Wagner, get your chain. He says Wagner. Let's go over these numbers and let's figure this thing out. Remember, it's not always about the numbers. It's about the optics as well. Vanderbilt, 38% from the floor, 42% from outside. By the way, that's ridiculous. They really turned it up. They were 15 of 15 at the line, 100% at free throws. 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, 14 assists, 7 turnovers. They had 7 steals, a block, 10 offensive rebounds, 13 fouls. Arkansas, okay? 52% from the floor, 63% outside. That is insane. 15 threes, 15 of 24, according to ESPN, 11 of 15 at the line. I'm taking it. 73% on a neutral floor. I'm taking it. 21 assists, 2-to-1 ratio here. 10 turnovers, 4 steals, 5 blocks, 5 offensive boards, and 13 fouls. Brazil would go 4 of 5 outside. 9 boards. 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and in the final minutes of this ball game, Brazil went off. Brazil with the 3 with 3:15 left to play shifted the momentum of this game. Brazil's 3 at the 3:15 minute mark shifted the momentum of this game right back into Arkansas's favor as it was back and forth. His defense on the following Vandy possession was also incredible. It was nice on the other end as he deflected that ball, which would end up going back to Vandy. And then, and Cal gave him a hug as a result. Brazil would follow that up with another 3 and a block. Just clutch. Brazil's play in the final minutes was absolutely extraordinary. I mean, you can argue it's why the lead got to where it was and why it cemented Arkansas winning their second SEC tournament title. Auff was nice. 9 of 20, 4 turnovers, but he had 11 assists. This is hard, man. This is actually really hard. 30 points. I almost feel like you could flip a coin with this. Wagner was 3 for 3 from outside. Someone mentioned Wagner. He had 11 points, 3 of 5 shooting, 4 boards, 4 assists. He also had a steal. No, Ewan. Someone DM'd me. Give it to Ewan. What are you talking about? Ewan he had 4 steals, 2 offensive boards. I don't know how he had 4 steals. I know he had at least 2. I didn't know he had 4. Again, you never really know with ESPN. I think this has got to go. The post-game gold chain MVP. It's going to Brazil. It's going to Brazil. Congratulations, Brazil. That's how you go out right there, buddy. That's how you do it. Brazil gets the gold chain. His play, like I said, it's not always just about the stats and the numbers. Brazil's effort in the final 3.5 to 4 minutes of this game was absolutely – it's why – you might even argue it's why Arkansas won the game, because you took Vanderbilt out of the game thanks to Brazil's play on both ends of the floor. You're going to ask, Ty, did the 4 turnovers have something to do with it? Yeah, it did for Auff. Yeah, the 4, it probably did, but it had more to do with Brazil's performance in the final 4 minutes of this ball game. I mean, he just played out of his mind. He was all over the floor. His athleticism, remember how often people compared him to like a Daniel Gafford with his length and athleticism, his ability to move up and down the floor, as athletic as he is. Those long arms, the alley-oops on the year. I mean, he absolutely lived up to that hype that he once had. You remember that pre-injury a little while back under Musselman? He lived up to it, and he did it throughout this tournament. He was absolutely exciting. And then, again, in the final minutes of this game, 16 points. Not in the final minutes, but overall in the game, he had 16 points. 6 of 9 shooting, 4 of 5 shooting from outside, 9 boards. He had close to a double-double, just 1 turnover. Like I said, he had the 2 steals, the 2 blocks, and an offensive board. But besides that, it's not all stat sheet. It's also the optics. And it was the momentum-shifting actions on his behalf that put Arkansas ahead and took Vanderbilt out entirely. I mean, you're not going to prove me otherwise. Auff was fantastic, okay? 2 things can be true. Hell, 3 or 4 things can be true at one time in this game. But there's no doubt in my mind Brazil earned that post-game gold chain. Congrats to Brazil. All right, we got a bunch of super chats. Holy cow. Appreciate everyone for being here. Make sure you share the content. Wow, we got super chats piling up. Let's see. More hardware for Auff. Vandy earned their 4 seed beating on Florida. Maybe. Brim, I don't know, man. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that game or not. Florida in the SEC tournament just was so uninspiring. I just don't know how much credit I want to give Vanderbilt for that win. Bama should be a 5 for losing to Ole Miss, and we get the last 4 seed. I do think Arkansas ends up. I agree, Brim. They got there. You ended up being right, but remember, the discussion was at the end of the year. Now, we didn't talk about by the end of the SEC tournament. That's not something we discussed. I said if they win the whole thing, then yeah, they'll be higher than a 5 seed if they win the SEC tournament. So I think they're gonna be a 4 seed. Wild Wild West with the $5 super, and I appreciate the super chat, by the way, Brim. It's good to see you in chat, fellow ball knower. TB gets the gold chain, but DJ need a pinky ring. He needs a pinky ring or something. He hit big three. He did, and he was perfect too. Outside was a menace on defense. Yeah, that's the other thing about the optics as to why if we're putting together a top 3 list, Wagner's got to be in consideration. If we're doing the gold chain, maybe the diamond, big ass diamond earring, the pinky ring, whatever. If we're handing those out, yeah, Wagner's got to be in the discussion. His defense for the most part was good. He's when he is a two-way player on the floor and he's showing it, he's capable of 12, 14 points and some of the best on and off ball defense that you'll see between him and Billy Richmond. We shut the mouths of Kentucky and Florida from Hog Dog 244 with the $5 super chat. Let's go do this NCAA thing. Holding my beer up now as I dance. There you go, sir. Hog Dog 244. You enjoy that beer, sir. $2 super chat from TS4426. Soak this moment up, Hog Nation. Is why we show up. And then Robert, I can't read your whole name. Robert Brad something there. YouTube won't pull that up. But Acuff said double hammer here. I don't know. It's hard to read. I appreciate the $10 super chat. You're awesome. Thank you so much for that. Love the super chats. You guys are awesome. If we lost to Vandy, I think I think it would be maybe a 4 seed, but with us beating them, it's got to be a 4. I don't know. The problem is who you beat, right? It's not like you beat any shakers, when you're talking net ranking, and seed fellow high seeders. You didn't beat anyone until you beat Vanderbilt, right? I think if you lost, you're in the conversation of being a 4 seed, but I think winning absolutely put you there. TB slammed the door, bolted that lock, says Mike, and them. He absolutely did, Mike. It's good to see you, by the way. If we lost to Vandy, I think. Oh, I already read that. My bad. What the hell is life? I remember Cal beating our ass in 2015 final, and now Cal just won an SEC championship as our head coach. It's like we've jumped into to an alternate dimension. I don't know. Winning the SEC championship makes up for that loss. Wait. What loss? Which one? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the which one does it make up for? I mean, does it make up for the Auburn ass kicking that we received? Yeah, I think so. Wagner gets the diamond crusted grill. There you go. We got to do the teeth. That's right. We got to do the grill. Wagner was a solid contributor today from transplanted Texas. He says showed his value as a retention player. I swear to heavens, if we are a 5 seed, I'm going to lose my stuff. So Steven, yeah, if they're a 5 seed, this thing is, I don't know, man. I don't know how. And listen, I get too that you're kind of splitting hairs between the 5 and the 4, but it is a respect thing, as well as a historical thing in the tournament. The amount of sunshine on Candy. The amount of sunshine on Candy made my stomach hurt. Oh, okay. But look at what Vanny did to Florida. Again, that was great for Vanderbilt. I just have a hard time. I watched that second half. Florida is just uninspiring basketball, and I guess if I think even if that was Arkansas that had done that, I would have said the same thing. It's just uninspiring, and maybe that's them just mentally ready to go into the NCAA tournament. Talking about Florida, I don't know. It's hard for me to give. I'll give them credit for blowing them out the way they did, I guess. I don't know. Robert Bradford, who is a Tuss Talk with Ty YouTube member, who needs that when Acuff can transform into Ultra Instinct? We're getting into the DBZ nerd talk. Oh, I love it. Arkansas Marine, what's going on, man? Is that Anthony? Is that Anthony or is that the other Marine that used to come around a lot? I haven't seen you in chat in a while. We'll be 5th with the second round matchup with North Carolina or Kansas, since the NCAA is obsessed with us playing them. They're going to end up somehow. We're going to end up having to deal with Kansas. And to be honest with you, history's on your side on that one. Anxious to see our draw This is from Brian Barton. So important. Go Hogs, go. That's right. Yeah, selection show is at what time is that thing? Isn't it like 5 o'clock tonight? Is it 5 or 6? Let's pull that up. Sunday selection show time. March 15th at 5 p.m. Central. That's right. So we got a little bit. We got a little bit of time. That's right. That's right. We need a Darius Acuff statue. The only way that could happen is he would have to stick around longer than a year, but he absolutely deserves his jersey up in the rafters. If we're heading into territory that's you're not supposed to do, but the kind of year he has is just uncanny. I mean, unreal. So proud of these guys. This is Stephen Pillar. I couldn't agree more, Stephen. Thank you for the comment. And again, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit the sub button. Consider joining Patreon. This is a truly independent show. I can't hire, writers, the writers from big websites. I don't work for a big website. It's just me, me and every once in a while I'll have some help running the Monday Night Lights show with Tim and usually Tim Neal. Travis Ford usually kind of hangs around a little bit when we can get him on, but everything else though, this is a one-man operation. Subscribing to Patreon really helps the channel out. So please consider signing up for Tell Us Talk with Ty Patreon. The link we'll provide it for you in the chat. Why am I being tagged? A lot of tags going on here in Discord. Is there a mod in chat who can get that link out? Is there Mac or other Mike or John Hawes, Austin, someone? Because I'm having a hard time pulling this up. Make sure if you know where to look, you can join Patreon. It's in Discord. The link is in there. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. We didn't post it on the last. There we go. I got it. There it is. Thank you, Kerper. Appreciate you, man. There's Patreon if you guys want to help support this channel. Keep this thing going, man. Been doing this independent for a while. We also have some other big news. And I was debating on when to talk about this. One of the biggest, please allow me, because I know someone's going to bitch and moan that I'm doing this. So there's always some boomer or some Facebook grandpa that gets pissed off when I do this. But we got a round of applause for Tim Neal, Travis Ford, you guys in chat. We did something I didn't think when I started this channel I would ever do. We hit the 1 million mark. I don't remember when. It's been a while ago. We hit the 2 million mark. 2 million total views on this channel. And apparently we did it a little while back and I missed it. But we hit the 2 million total views. That is incredible. I can't tell you guys, as a small time, again, I already said it, small time independent channel covering 0.1% of the YouTube viewing audience for this channel to hit 2 million total views. I don't do daily uploads. I don't do a whole lot of YouTube shorts. Again, I don't have other people helping me produce content. I just have you guys. The mods, shout out to the mods in here and in Discord to help keep this thing going. The community that we've grown in Discord. This was all part of the plan when I started, when I created that Discord, whenever that was, 2019, I think, or 2019. It was all part of the plan. But I wasn't sure I'd ever hit 2 million total. I wasn't sure I'd get to 1 million. And we're over 2 million total views. Incredible. No live streaming of Razorback games. Can't do that. That's, eventually that'll catch up to you. I don't advise other channels. I've had people ask me about that. I don't advise other channels to do that. Yeah, it's a quick, great way to get viewers and subscribers, but man, they can hit your channel. Be careful of that. I don't do that here, though. We got to 2 million on our own, guys. Incredible. Thanks to you. Thanks to Discord and everyone. So this was huge. I saw that a couple of days ago and I thought, oh my God, I thought I was still climbing towards 2 million views. And we actually passed it. So round of applause, everybody. You guys deserve the gold chain. I appreciate your help. While I may do everything on this side of the camera, you guys do everything on that side of the camera, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Fishman says, what a weekend for basketball. This is a super chat. For basketball, baseball, winning 2 out of 3. I don't know. I had people telling me Arkansas baseball was over. Let's see. And then Monster, this is Kyle. He says, got both shirt and hat ordered, Ty. Oh, cool. All right. That's awesome. Hey, Ty, great weekend to be a hog. I agree, Tim. Arizona Tim, what's going on? Your helmet is out of focus here. Let's fix that. Let's fix that, huh? There it is. There's the helmet, the chrome dome. You can see it right there. I don't know why I block it that way. But there it is, baby. That's from Arizona Tim. You see him in chat. Ty is a Razorback legend. Well, I don't know about that, but you guys are why this thing works. I mean, no doubt about it. Granted, I'd probably still be doing this if I was talking to 5 people, but talking to as many as I have over the years, incredible. The analytics sometimes can be depressing. They can be depressing. Discord numbers, sometimes I kind of get up, like, damn, what's going on? But, man, then when you look back on it all and everything that we've accomplished, incredible. And, again, shout out to Discord mods, YouTube mods. Maniac says, hit the like button. That's right, hit the like button. Absolutely. Statue of Ty in front of Bud Walton, says D-Mac. I don't know about all that. How about like someone had once recommended me building my own the Funko Pop. You can make your own little pump. You can make it after yourself. You can design it after yourself. Maybe I ought to do that, and I'll treat that as my statue. Let's see. I shall tell my newborn Ty is the voice of the Razorbacks. Oh, that's too kind. I appreciate all that. I really do. Tuss Talk is the best hog show out there from Kerper. That's a Discord mod right there. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. You are a fantastic administrator, so I appreciate your help. Mr. Runner says beat Vandy twice, Ole Miss twice, Mississippi State, OU twice, Mizzou twice, LSU, A&M, and Texas. Now that's protecting the border. That's very well said, Mr. Runner. Cal knows what's up. That's right. That is right. Waited 34 years for a sports team to win the SEC championship so I could order a hat and T-shirt. Let's see. I forgot to do it for the baseball team. Yeah. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Acuff is the greatest hog, one and done. Oh, he's easily, yeah. And not that you've not had very many one and dones, but yeah, he's even without the one and done. I think he's the greatest Razorback to ever play. It's just, is he the greatest two-way player ever? No, but his offense more than makes up for where he kind of lacks on defense. And I think he's only going to grow that in the NBA. He's going to grow that in the NBA. He's going to get better as a defender. He's a point getter, man. That's what he is. And that's what the NBA is going to see in him, despite the 6'2", 6'3" frame. I cannot wait to see what he does in the league. I cannot wait. Let's see. Ty, this is from Build Island Troll Post, says, Ty, we shall salute to Darius Acuff and make a whole museum for him. Okay, I definitely get a pick next to your statue. Or no, wait, let me read that again. I definitely get a pick next to the thank you statue chained up. Okay, I'm sorry, I might be reading that wrong. Couldn't be happier for a championship that everybody says is meaningless. Well, that's fair. This isn't meaningless. Let's go. I agree. This isn't meaningless. The tournaments themselves, I get it with the automatic qualifier and everything. I do wish, I don't know. Then again, you don't get moments like this. This is nice. Bask in the glory. I don't know. Maybe I'm changing my opinion on the tournaments. I don't know. Once you win one, it's like, damn. I mean, the last time we won one, I was in high school, and I'm 42 years old. The last time we won one, I was in high school. It's incredible. Incredible. Where are all those Kentucky haters, Ty? That's a good question, Kyle. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't call this. I mean, they're going to hang the banner in Bud Walton. It's never meaningless when you hang the banners in Bud Walton. We don't hang the banners of making tournaments, right? Of making the NCAA tournaments. So when you're hanging a banner and you're going to hang this banner, it's not meaningless. Talking about Note right now is crazy. Wait a minute. Did I bring up Note? Or did somebody else bring up Note? I didn't bring up Note. I love Note's game. A lot of respect for Note. He's definitely – he was one of my favorite Razorbacks. I loved watching that dude play. But, yeah, Acuff – Acuff is on another – he's on the moon, man. He's on the moon. Everyone else is trying to leave Earth's gravity. Meanwhile, he's on the moon. He's on Mars. He got there, Elon Musk. He got there. He's there. Ty, Michael Perry said we would get blown out by Vandy. He's probably crying right now. Yeah, where is old Michael Perry? Where's he at? I don't know. I forgot how this feels for sure. Does it feel meaningless today? Sure as hell doesn't. I couldn't agree more. Who you taking, Acuff or Joe Johnson? In college, I'm taking Acuff. Joe Johnson was spectacular. Got to watch him play. Got to see him play in person. Spectacular player. But yeah, Acuff is just something different. I mean, now NBA obviously what he did in the league is, he was one of the most. He definitely should have been handed his flowers when he played. He's one of the most, I think, disrespected greats. To ever, former Razorback greats. He just doesn't get the respect in the NBA that he deserved. It wasn't until towards the end of his career did the NBA look back and go, oh, wait a minute, damn, this dude's a baller. Hated it for him. But he was Acuff is better than Johnson. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. Acuff over Johnson. Johnson was fantastic in the league, and he was great his year here. But we're the same age, Ty. Well, I turned 42 in May. I was freaking 15 when we won it last, and that year was a one and done. I'm going on a limb. This team will not be a one and done. That's from Awaj KB2U. Yeah. Well, the 40s hit quick, don't they? They just hit quick. I figured Jeff Goodman had to take 2 Midals when Hogs and Ncaa won this deal today. It's just, listen, let's we like I said, bask in the glory. It's fantastic. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's go back to this game really quick. Let's kind of go over some of the notes that I have. I won't go over all of them, but here's some of the notes. First half notes. And again, Brazil, it's not like he just came along at the end of this game. Brazil got it going. If you guys go back, and that's another reason in my mind, he got the post-game gold chain. By the way, I'm not wearing the – where you at? There it is. I got to put this on so people know we already gave it out. Someone's going to come in here like, did he give the gold chain? Here we go. We're putting it on. He got it going. Those 2 threes that he made in the first little bit there, a couple of nice threes to get the Hogs going. Some silly turnovers started off things and really kept Vanderbilt around, even though Arkansas got off to a 5-0 start. Silly turnovers. Leak let a ball roll out of bounds, thinking it was off a Vandy defender's foot. That was not a heads-up play. That was I don't know if you want to call that a freshman mistake. It was very clearly, I thought, off of Leak. And then Brazil, off a defensive rebound, overshot Acuff to 2 unforced silly mistakes you cannot make versus this Vandy team. Vandy did a good job of pushing Acuff to the left side and closing lanes in the post, forcing Arkansas to take shots outside. The only problem for the Commodores, the Hogs can shoot the 3, and they can do it very effectively. Brazil, again, starting off 2 for 2, and Billy Richmond with 2 in the first 9 minutes of the opening half. So Arkansas ended up they started off 4 for 4, forcing Vandy to work more defensively out in the perimeter. That did kind of allow them to shake and bake around the post a little bit. Vandy, as the game went on, though, I thought they did a good job of rim defending for the most part. It was tough to dribble drive to the rim on these guys, and I think you're going to see a lot of that from teams. You're either going to see them flip to a 2-3 zone, 2-3 perimeter, inside-out zone. You're going to see them probably force the issue for Arkansas, because when Arkansas is cold shooting, when their guards can't knock down the 3 or the post up, 15, 14 footers, when they can't make those and they force the issue defensively, against the Hogs, that could create some issues for this team. It's rare that we see Arkansas go on scoring droughts. It's pretty rare, and I'm talking like serious. Like 2 minutes happens. Every great offenses can have 2-minute scoring droughts. Alabama had 2-minute scoring droughts. Georgia, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, all the best scoring teams, they get a 2-minute scoring drought here and there. Rarely do you see Arkansas get many of those, and rarely do you see that extend into 3, 4, 5 minutes. You saw what they did to Vanderbilt. I mean, they held Vanderbilt at one point in the second half to like I think it was 5 straight possessions. Maybe it was 6 without a single field goal. Hell, it could have been 7. I lost count. I'm talking to Discord main chat like, am I reading this right? As I'm watching the game, I'm pausing it, trying to take notes, and I'm looking at the play-by-play sheet. And I swear it read like 7 straight scoreless possessions for Vanderbilt. We know it got a little choppy there with the reviews in the second half with the fouls. Some of those were tacky on both ends for both teams, but Arkansas did. This is what you're talking about defensively, where Arkansas needs to be. That was fantastic. So let me read my second half notes. And I typed it out. Vandy off to a 6-point lead. Remember, they got out to a 6-point lead. I believe that was their largest lead. It was either 5 or 6. But then they had, I have it down as 6 straight scoreless possessions. The Hogs then go up 5 points, and then they go on an 11-0 run. Cal working magic out of that timeout at the 12:32 mark. Vandy would go, and I have it down as 8 minutes without scoring any points, and I think they said that on the broadcast. But the rhythm of the game, thanks to the reviews and the fouls, was slowed down, which even though you needed those for Arkansas to get some rest, those reviews can be a blessing. It still took the rhythm of this game out from underneath Arkansas, and it kind of favored Vanderbilt. Vandy would eventually tie the game up with a 3. I think that was ending the 11-0 run. And I have it typed out here too. This is the Auff effect. This is crazy. They pointed this out on the broadcast, and I use their notes. Absolutely. When the broadcast is saying it, I'm going to copy those notes down. Auff either scored or assisted 23 of Arkansas's 25 points at one point in the second half. That's absurd and shows why he's the best player on the floor at all times, no matter the opponent. Absolutely incredible. So for everyone who's saying Sidney Moncrief and Delph and Ron Brewer, Joe Johnson, Corliss, Thurman, you name off every Razorback you want, I have never heard of anything like this. This combined with everything else that he's achieved. I'm not saying just that, but just that is pretty incredible. When you combine everything that he accomplished this year, what he accomplished in the tournament, I don't know how he's not the best player in the country. I really don't. And this is what separates him from Moncrief and all those other guys. Moncrief's incredible. I've watched plenty of highlights. I've seen what I've seen of Moncrief. Obviously, I didn't get to watch him play. I mean, I was born in 1983, but and you've heard of the greatness, with him and obviously Delph and Brewer and all those guys. You could also talk about Todd Daly, Mayberry, one of the best. What a backcourt you've had throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and the players that you produced. The elite guards that Arkansas produced. But Auff, he passes them all. That's how special he is. Just absolutely incredible. More notes here. Pringle hit with a flagrant one. Cal pissed. As he should have been. Now, I don't remember the minute mark. I didn't type it out. Normally I do. But it gave Vandy the shots in the ball, flipping momentum to Vandy's advantage. Hogs, thanks to in large part of Pringle's effort, did follow that up with a shot clock violation. They actually did force a Vanderbilt. Go back to whatever possession that was. That was very good defense by Pringle. And I have it noted out here. Reviews help the Hogs. One thing I'll agree with Bilas. I'm going to call him Bilas. Bilas. I'm going to put an emphasis on it. I agree with him on the reviews. When they pile up, can drag the game on. But as I mentioned earlier, these were necessary. These were absolutely in your advantage. Remember, you just got done playing a very physical semi-late game yesterday, and went into overtime. You barely got out of that thing. You're already a man down. You're already got some guys that have been smacked around. Like, you had Billy Richmond bleeding with that big, that bloody lip. You had guys kind of, you knew they were the minutes are starting to rack up on them, and you needed those. And I think it helped. The reviews absolutely helped. And in the final minutes, we already talked about Brazil with that big 3 at 3:15. From that moment on, Brazil was just fantastic. I mean, he looked like the best player on the floor, and it was just great basketball by Brazil. It was fantastic. It was fantastic, man. So give everybody their flowers that deserve them, but no doubt about it, in my opinion, Brazil, he is the gold chain recipient. I mean, just incredible, incredible effort. Never doubt the power of the big bucking chicken. Arkansas will be a 5 seed in my opinion, says Mark Rock 63. Yeah, I could see them putting them at a 5, but they absolutely belong in the 4 seed, without a doubt. Auff has the mentality to lead this team to cutting down the nets in Indy, says Kerper. That is the question now. I mean, obviously we're going to have to revisit this tomorrow for Monday Night Lights tomorrow night. We're going to have to revisit this. What they showed you through this tournament, even though it was in Nashville and it's not that far, you got East Arkansas going to the game, plenty of Central Arkansas, like the easier access, right, getting into Nashville than if whatever path you take in the NCAA tournament, whatever bracket you end up in, and what city you end up playing in. But despite that. Or I should say, despite that, putting that aside, rather, what this showed you was that Arkansas could they are capable. They are more than capable of advancing and going pretty damn far. I think this might show you that maybe they can be, at their best, they can be a Final Four team. They've got to mirror what they did this week in this tournament. Now, again, you could talk about having the double bye. Proximity to home. I mean, obviously Vanderbilt had a big advantage and the Vols had a big advantage, but that didn't seem to matter. This kind of felt like hostile territory a little bit for the Razorbacks, I would imagine, being in Nashville. And they still found a way, And so I think what this tells us, the sky isn't even it tells us that this team might be good enough to get to the Final Four. They might be. I'm not going to say one way or another. I'm not. I don't know because the tournament's wild. Matchups matter. I do think this is a matchup-dependent team, even with Auff playing an A game and Richmond playing his A game. Again, you still are concerned about the front court. You are worried about that. You're worried about being matched up against a team who could dominate in the post. And who could make your bigs look absolutely silly, as so many teams did this year against Arkansas. There are certain matchups I just don't think you want any part of. But at the same time, I would argue that like 75 to 80% of the field that's in this tournament wants no part of the Arkansas Razorbacks. They want no part of the Hogs. Auff is so filthy. Richmond at his best on both ends of the floor, he's one of the best two-way players that might be in this tournament. I mean, the way he's played, he scored 20, what was it, 5 games in a row where he scored at least 20 points, and in those games played fantastic. He's an SEC, he's an all-SEC defender, and he got there for a reason. So this team at their best with Brazil, with Leak, Wagner, who could come in, maybe give Auff a little bit of a break, playing the point guard, playing the one spot on the floor. This team's potential is just incredible. So I'm not willing to say I'm not going to say they're Final Four bound, and maybe tomorrow night we will talk about that, breaking down their bracket and everything. But right now I'm just let's wait and see where they're at, right? Let's see what their bracket is. Let's see kind of where they're at there. Let me read chat here really quick. When Nolan's statue is in place, put the chain on it when you reach 3 million views. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. If this would fit, I don't know how thick, if they're going to make that thing lifelike, I don't know, in terms of size. If they do, then yeah, you know what? Maybe we do put it up there and we just get another one of these made. We just hang this on the Nolan Richardson. He deserves the gold chain. Nolan Richardson is the GOAT. He is, I know people want to bring up how things ended, but I'm way more interested in what he did for Arkansas than how he ended things. And he's the GOAT, man. Yeah, maybe we do that. I might get thrown off the campus. I might lose whatever credentialed status I have, but maybe we do it. If we can avoid foul trouble, we can make a deep run. That's also a very good point. You got some guys that cannot help but just stupid fouls, and Pringle's one of them. Richmond can be one of them. Hell, Leak can be one of them. Leak can rack up some fouls if he's not careful. A lot of the times it's because they're caught out of position, out of place. They're leaving their feet. They're making contact a little too late. They're a little too physical because there's a delay in where they're supposed to be on the floor. Ty, what's your NCAA prediction for Arky? Says Josiah Plummer. What do you mean? Are you asking me like seeding? If you're asking me seeding, I think they end up a 4 seed. I wouldn't be shocked if they end up a 5, but I think they're a 4 seed. I don't know how do you keep them behind. I mean, and I get it too. You got to wait on everybody else. I understand that. A lot of that does have to do with who falls. But based on what we've seen, I just don't know how you keep them out as a 4 seed. It's a respect thing, you know. Front court defense is what matters against the big 3, Arizona, Michigan, and Duke. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. And to be fair, we did play Duke. And we did lose that game, but if you recall, 2 different times in that game, we led by, I think, as many as 8 points. One time in the first half, we led by as many as 8, and then in the second half, Arkansas went pretty toe-to-toe with them, and that was with Arkansas. And to be fair, you could argue Duke maybe. I'd say less so compared to Arkansas. Arkansas was still trying to find their place, trying to figure out that rotation, trying to figure some things out. I don't know, man. You're not wrong, though. Michigan's going to be tough. Arizona would be tough. And listen, I don't know that I'd want to catch Florida in the tournament. I realize the SEC tournament felt like they phoned it in a little bit. That's just me. Jeff Evans says 1,000% Arkansas should be a 4 seed. I agree. 110%. I agree with your 1,000%, 100%. Hogs deserve 4 seed at the very least, says Wild Wild West. Yeah. I know competition matters, but we looked like a Final Four team today, especially the way we took over late. Again, that team they defied some odds and played some spectacular basketball to close this thing out. That is what it's going to take to get to the Final Four. I don't disagree at all. Hey, do you own a business or do you know somebody that owns a business? We're going to be opening up some sponsorship spots for the show. We're going to offer some discounts throughout the rest of this month. And as Arkansas moves forward in this NCAA tournament, we're going to open up some spots for sponsorship. If you know anybody that owns a business or maybe you own a business, please consider reaching out to me. You can email me, you can DM me, whatever. Just let me know. Reach out. We're going to offer some discounts, and we're going to get some sponsors on board. Hopefully we can get some. I know it's a little late, but, better late than never. We have to play better defense to be a Final Four team, says Joe DC. I could not agree more. I've been the biggest critic of their defense. I've been a huge critic of the defense. And I'm not the only one. I get that, but my God. Bozer, I recall imaginable. Yeah. Yeah, that won't change, though. No, it will not change, A-State. You're not wrong. Yeah. When TB hits his first 3, we are winning, says Jeff Evans. Is that statistical? Are you looking at stats, Jeff? Is that true? Are you saying his first 3 or his eventual first 3? Like he goes 0 for 3 shooting, and then he finally nails one, and then, their odds of winning go up? Or are you just saying when he makes his first 3? I bet there might be something to that. You never know. There's some crazy analytical things you could tear apart with basketball. Like the way this team battles adversity in game. When Vandy made a run, I knew the Hogs would have a response. They responded a lot, as did Vandy. Yeah. I was very, very – it was so promising to see them play the way they did. And Wagner with 11 points. Leak didn't have a big performance, and yet you still saw Brazil, Auff, Richmond, and Wagner all getting to double-digit scoring and with a tight 7-man rotation. Vanderbilt wasn't much thicker there. I mean, Leverett got, according to ESPN, just 1 minute off the bench. But Washington had 21 minutes and Bing had 19 minutes. Nickel played great, man. Nickel 5 of 7, from outside, nine rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, he played. He was great. Tyler Nickel was good for them. You can't let that guy get going. You cannot let him get going. And Arkansas did let him get, and they overcame that. They overcame, Vanderbilt shooting 42% by shooting 63%. They responded by shooting 63%. That's the difference in this game, isn't it? Not the +2 rebounds, not the 21 assists, although that played a big part of it, 21 assists to 10 turnovers. 63% outside. Are you kidding me? Just extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arkansas Razorbacks. Your Arkansas Razorbacks are in SEC tourney champs. And this was the result right here. This happened. This is factually correct. This happened. This is called the war of this is shortly after the Civil War. The SS Arkansas sank the SS Commodore. God bless AI. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's so fun, especially when you're a content creator. It's so fun. That happened. And congrats to Brazil, the post-game gold chain MVP. Congrats to Brazil. Reefer Conway, the $5 super chat. Go Hogs, he says. Yeah, man. Super chats today were incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, we're in double digits in super chats. That's incredible. You guys are awesome. Actual photo, says Mike in them. It is. This is the that it is. That is the actual photo. Oh man. Kerper says, sponsor the show in all caps. That's right. Boy, my voice is breaking. I'm starting to lose my voice as much yelling as I did this weekend. TB, it happened. It did. God, gang, it absolutely did. Transplant Texan says, TB was nothing but pure entertainment to watch at the end as the Hogs sealed it and pulled away for the win. That's right. That's right, man. It's magical. It's magical. This is what you get when Cal's coaching your Razorbacks. When he's coaching your Hogs, this is the outcome. Now we want to advance, and I would love to see Arkansas go back to the Final Four. You just did something today that you haven't done in God, way too long. What year was it? 2000? Was that when it was? I think I was I'm trying to think what year in high school I was. I graduated in 2002, so that would make me a sophomore in high school. Oh my God. Man. So let's do something we haven't done since the back-to-back Final Four appearances. Let's get back to the Final Four and let's see what happens. This team is at their best. I don't know, man. Their guard play is insane. It's kind of give and take between Ewan and Pringle in terms of what they can offer. Pringle most of the year definitely struggled. I think he kind of had that. He had a positive impact today, without a doubt. Maybe not on the scoreboard like we mentioned, but if you get 7 or 8 of these guys, if you can get Knox back, I don't know what's going on with Sealy. I know, listen. I know the tournament was tight. Every one of these games were tight. That is, to me, the missing link here is not getting Sealy going. I'd feel so much better if they could get him going. And I don't think he played. Am I wrong? Did he play a single minute in the SEC tournament? I don't. Man, they got to get an 8th guy going. And I know that sounds like Knox. If you make a Final Four run, he could be available. I think that's what was said. So. I like Isaiah. I want to see an 8-man rotation, but I don't know if we're going to get it. If you haven't gotten it by now, I don't know. 2000, we beat Georgia, Kentucky, LSU, and Auburn in consecutive days. More than capable, even with a 7-man rotation. You talking about making the Final Four? Yeah, they are, but I'm going to wait to put any kind of prediction out there. All right, so we have the poll. Hogs will be higher than a 5 seed for the NCAA tourney. 84% of you say yes. 16% of you say no. We're going to go ahead and end that poll. There it is. We're going to end that poll. And I agree. I think they get the 4. I think they get the 4 seed. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of votes on that. Appreciate everyone for taking the votes. Shout out to everyone in this show. And again, 2 million total views. That is such a big accomplishment, man. I'm proud of that. I really am. You got to celebrate everything when it comes to content creation. When you're following the Razorbacks, it's not easy. Growing a YouTube channel. Although the crazy thing with AI and everything, it's easier now. You have more tools than I ever did when I started doing this. But man, once you get in the thick of it, it can get really difficult to grow these type of channels. So yeah, take that from a guy that has tried growing other channels. It can be a challenge. So, but proud of what we accomplished here, and I couldn't be here without you guys. So I do appreciate it. Again, please consider signing up for Patreon. There it is, Tuss Talk with Ty Patreon. Show some support for the channel. Man, we kicked some ass this weekend. Post games, no matter how late, no matter how long, we kept these things going. And I'll be here. Now, for the selection show, I won't be here. I'm not going to do a live for that. We're just going to respond to it tomorrow night on Monday Night Lights live at 6:30 p.m. So, again, appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than the best. There's no one else like them in Central Arkansas. You can get a hold of them at 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, servicing all of Central Arkansas. 1,000-plus 5-star reviews. Travis Ford and the boys are crushing it. If you've got some garage door issues, give them a call. They'll give you a free estimate. They'll show up same day, and they'll try and help you out with your issue. So, yeah. So, all right, that is it. I'm excited. You should be excited. It's, man, SEC tournament champions. Breathe it in. Goes down pretty smooth. All right, everybody. Be good, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Go Hogs.
Having trouble with your garage door? Problem solved. Call Direct Service Overhead Garage Door Company. We're your go-to team for garage door repair, new garage doors, openers, and more. We offer same-day service. We're always ready when you need us. Best of all, you can book your appointment online or talk to a live operator 24/7. No machines, no waiting. So whether it's a broken spring or a brand new garage door, trust the local experts at Direct Service Garage Doors. Call us today or visit directserviceoverhead.com.